In a world where wealth often accumulates in the hands of the few, one country stands out for its commitment to equality and the well-being of its citizens. Welcome to Norway, a country with a population of just over 5 million, boasts one of the highest GDP per capita, and consistently ranks at the top in measures of happiness and quality of life. It's a nation that has strategically harnessed its oil wealth to benefit the entire society, creating a model of prosperity that has drawn international admiration. But how did Norway achieve this feat, and what can the world learn from its model?
Norway had a couple of things going for it. Small population, large oil reserves, plus a national ethos of sharing the wealth.
People are more equal here than they are other places in the world, and that has a lot of benefits to it. For example, people trust each other more when they are on equal footing, and trust, we know, is a very important factor for you to thrive and be comfortable and satisfied with your life.
Norway boasts a unique economic model that's got everyone talking. But the country's history tells us that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. For centuries, it relied heavily on fishing and agriculture, facing economic constraints and societal challenges that primed it for a transformation unlike any other. And a plot twist arrived in the 1960s with the discovery of massive oil and gas reserves in the North Sea.
Breaking news from across the pond. Norway has hit the jackpot. Phillips Petroleum has struck oil in the North Sea, and boy, it's a big one.
This black gold transformed Norway's economy. It is now the 13th largest producer of oil and 3rd largest exporter of natural gas in the world. But unlike some resource-rich countries that experience booms and busts, Norway took a different and more sustainable approach. They established a genius plan in 1990, the Government Pension Fund Global, also known as the Government Wealth Fund. This sovereign wealth fund was designed to invest surplus revenues from the petroleum sector. Imagine a giant piggy bank, but instead of loose change, it holds stocks, bonds, and real estate around the world. And fast forward today, this fund is valued at over $1.4 trillion.
The numbers ticking behind me here is the real-time value of the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund. This fund is basically the resources that we have generated on the Norwegian shelf, and it belongs to all of us, not just someone.
The fund's primary goal? To ensure that Norway's oil wealth benefits both current and future generations. And Norway's approach is not just about saving, it's about investing in the future. In fact, this wealth fund owns approximately 1.5% of global stocks, including significant investments in renewable energy and sustainable development. It is the world's largest sovereign wealth fund, holding stakes in around 9,000 companies in 70 countries around the world, including large stakes in ExxonMobil, Chevron, Total Energies, Shell, and BP. While it owns hundreds of properties and real estate in cities like London, New York, Berlin, and Tokyo as well. The 6 largest contributors to the fund's growth are the U.S. technology companies. The economic stability provided by this fund allows Norway to navigate global financial crises with resilience, maintaining low unemployment rates and a robust national economy that outpaces many of its European neighbors. And if we take a look at the numbers, it reported a record profit of 2.22 trillion Norwegian crowns, $213 billion, in 2023, driven by strong returns on its investments in technology stocks. It's a cushion that ensures one day the oil will run out. But rather than let the money follow the same path, the fund allows to safeguard the future of the economy. But beyond numbers, this fund has become a leading example of ethical investing, with strict guidelines that exclude companies involved in unethical activities such as tobacco production, weapons manufacturing, and those causing severe environmental damage. Also, the strategic investment extends to environmental conservation and battling climate change, positioning Norway as a leader in sustainability. But what truly sets Norway apart is how it uses this wealth to fund its social welfare system, underpinning significant investments in public services, ensuring that all Norwegians have access to high-quality education and healthcare, regardless of their income level. But how does this translate to social welfare? Here's where things get interesting. The income generated by the Government Wealth Fund, not the direct oil revenue itself, is used to fund Norway's impressive social programs. Everyone in Norway gets access to high-quality medical care, completely free at the point of service. This means you don't have to worry about outrageous bills if you get sick. Education is another perk. From kindergarten all the way to university, the government heavily subsidizes education. This means everyone has the chance to learn and grow, regardless of how much money their family has. And what happens if you lose your job? No sweat. Generous unemployment benefits help you get back on your feet while you search for a new position. Plus, a strong social safety net is there for you throughout life. This includes a robust pension system so you can retire comfortably, and support like parental leave and childcare, making it easier to raise a family. Too good to be true, right? However, Norway's approach is not without its challenges. Economic diversification remains a critical issue. As the world shifts towards renewable energy, the reliance on oil and gas poses risks to long-term prosperity. Balancing the use of the government pension fund global is another hot topic, with debates on how much should be saved for future generations versus spent on current societal needs. Also, some of you might say that it might not be a one-size-fits-all solution, and Norway's success is partly due to its unique circumstances. Replicating it in other countries with different social and economic structures might be challenging, but it certainly offers valuable inspiration for other nations striving to build a prosperous and happy future for their citizens. And despite these criticisms, Norway continues to adapt, seeking ways to diversify its economy and reduce its carbon footprint. The country incentivizes the use of electric vehicles through substantial tax breaks, aiming to become carbon neutral by 2030. So, if Norway's future oil and gas revenues can help the global green shift, there would be good reason to continue pumping from the Norwegian shelf. So, as the world moves towards a post-oil future, Norway is already paving the way. This is more than just a story of a country, it's a blueprint for a better world. It's a fascinating example of how resource wealth can be used to create a society with a high standard of living and a strong social safety net. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of Norway's oil wealth and social welfare. Let me know in the comments below what aspects of Norway's model you find most interesting. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into fascinating economies around the world.